All right, let's do this. It's an action-packed edition of Weather for Weather Geeks here on Tuesday, February the 9th. We're getting set to head into the busiest period of the winter season as far as sensible weather. Now, that's not really saying much because December was a snoozer with all the warm weather. January was not particularly eventful either. We're running about 25 inches below average in terms of snow, and we're going to make up some of that over the next several days. Today was the first below average day of February so far. The high of 32 occurred this morning. We just kind of flatlined all day today between 30 and 32 for the most part. We're still running a surplus for the month of 9.1 degrees. We're going to wipe some of that out over the next several days, but I do think the warmth comes back next week. All right, the radar when I hit record this evening at a little before 7 o'clock showed some scattered snow showers in northern Ohio, parts of western PA as well. These pushed in just before sunset. These will continue, I think, as we head through the overnight, but I'll tell you, they're not going to amount to a whole lot. Here's the high-resolution rapid refresh model showing the snow showers just kind of coming and going overnight. It'll be nothing more than flurries for some places. I can't totally rule out someone getting an inch, especially maybe northeastern Mercer, but I think that's about it. I think for most of us, this is just a candy coating as we go through the night tonight. A bigger deal coming tomorrow into tomorrow night. In the meantime, lake effect snow warning out for the usual suspects. The primary snow belt, Geauga County, Lake County, Ashtabula County. We're going to go over into Crawford and Erie County, PA. I guess I wouldn't be shocked if they added northern Trumbull to at least a lake effect snow watch or a lake effect snow advisory by the end of the night tonight, because I think northern parts of Trumbull can do pretty well out of this, as I'll show you in just a second. Temperatures in the upper 20s this evening. The cold air, the true Arctic air, if you will, is off to the west. There's a cold front right in through here. And north and west of that front this evening, it's in the teens, and wind chills are in the single digits and even below zero. All right, let's look upstairs in the atmosphere here at the 500 millibar level, about 18,000 feet high, showing what's going on there. The red areas here, that's what we call vorticity or spin in the atmosphere. And you can pick out the general, kind of pattern across the U.S. You've got a big ridge out west. See how everything's kind of poking northward here. Big trough in the east. And this little kink right here is our cold front that comes through tomorrow with the snow showers around. Pattern relaxes a little, but then the mother load of cold comes down for the upcoming weekend. This is actually a lobe of the polar vortex coming southward out of the Hudson Bay area and kind of centering itself over southeastern Canada. This is really cold stuff. Records are going to be challenged in much of New England, Mid-Atlantic region this weekend. You know, we're kind of on the western fringes of this. I think the records are probably out of reach as far as overnight lows. The record for Saturday morning is 4 below. Might be close to that. If this is going to be dependent on cloud cover. I think it's going to be pretty cloudy. So even though we're going to have a fresh snowpack on the ground, if it's going to be cloudy, it might not be able to get all that super cold here, both Friday night and Saturday night. But nonetheless, look at this thing Saturday afternoon, centered over upstate New York. Just a big-time cold shot coming into the northeast, and then it will lift out as we go into the second half of the weekend, or the first part of next week. All right, tomorrow it's not going to snow every hour of the day, but I think snow showers will be pretty frequent tomorrow as the Arctic air pours in. Here's that Arctic front pushing through right around midday. I wouldn't be totally shocked if we got some pretty decent snow squalls, and I wouldn't even be totally shocked if we heard a rumble of thunder tomorrow. There could be thunder snow. I think it's a small chance, but I can't rule it out. Something to watch out for. This will be very convective. The atmosphere will be pretty unstable. It's going to be really unstable over Lake Erie, which is still, of course, unfrozen. The Arctic air pouring over that 35 degree or whatever it is water will create a lot of instability. So tomorrow, off and on snow showers right into tomorrow night. This will then kind of taper off to just leftover flurries for Thursday morning. On Friday, a pretty tranquil day. We'll try to bob back up into the lower 20s on Friday. This is the mother load of cold behind this next front. This comes our way later Friday. And I think snow will kind of expand in coverage as we go into the second half of the day Friday. And I could see where we get another 1, 2, maybe 3 inches worth of fluffy snow late Friday into Friday night as the second Arctic front arrives. But in the near term, from tonight through Thursday morning with the snow showers and perhaps squalls, here's what we can expect. Of course, the snow belt will have the most. Good 6 to 12 inches, Geauga County, parts of Lake County into Ashtabula County. So we take a look at our viewing area. I think a good 1 to 3 will be a pretty good average for 2/3 of our viewing area, maybe even 3/4 of it. Once you're north of I-80, and particularly into the northern half of Trumbull, northern Mercer, kind of from Warren and Cortland on north, Mosquito Lake area, maybe from Hermitage and Sharon on north, Mercer on north towards Sandy Lake and then up to Greenville. I think a lot of places can get 3 to as much as 6 inches worth of snow out of this. It's not going to come all at once. This is from tonight through Thursday morning, so kind of a 36-hour event. So 3 to 6 a possibility in that zone. But for a lot of Mahoning County, Lawrence County, Columbiana County, some places can get 2 or 3 inches worth of snow as we go through the next couple of days. Wind chills, yikes. Now, this isn't going to be off the charts and probably not even enough to cause some school adjustments Thursday morning, but wind chills can try to dip below 0 for a few hours early Thursday. Kind of the same idea Friday morning, maybe 0 to 5 below for the wind chills, but then it gets a lot worse, of course, with that next cold shot for the weekend. Look at these numbers in Canada. Around Toronto and north and east of there, 40 below, 45 below being shown by the model here early Saturday. That is absolutely dangerous stuff. So the worst of the wind chills to our north and east, but still Saturday morning wind chill 5 to 10 below, Saturday afternoon 10 below still. Actual temperatures Saturday might struggle to get out of the single digits above 0, so the coldest day of the winter easily on Saturday, and wind chills will still be below 0 into Sunday morning. All right, real quickly, a word or two about next week. Here's the GFS model. Sunday's a calm day under high pressure. We'll see some sun. GFS is showing a warm advection event here on Monday. What that means is warmer air pushing into the region, replacing the Arctic air. And it does have a swath of decent snow here very, very late Sunday night and into Monday. Other modeling not quite as impressed with this, but this is something to watch for President's Day on Monday. Might be a sneaky couple of inches of snow with the warm advection. We'll keep an eye on the trends there. And then some of the modeling actually has this kind of morphing into a decent East Coast storm that would have a lot of rain on the East Coast and maybe some snow back into the central Appalachians by Tuesday. The GFS is unimpressed. Some of the other modeling is a little more impressed. But whatever happens early in the week, I think the cold eases by the end of next week with no big storms in sight. Look at this flow by next Thursday evening. High pressure off the East Coast and a south wind. That might shove temperatures into the 40s at the end of next week. So unlike last winter when the cold locked in, doesn't look like it's going to lock in this time. It's going to be pretty brutal outside this weekend, particularly on Saturday. But it's only going to hang out for a couple of days, then the pattern will relax. All right, be sure and download the Storm Tracker 21 weather app on if you're an Android user or a iOS user. It's available for both those platforms now. Looks really great on your iPhone, your iPad, or your Android device. We'll have all the videos on there, the interactive radar, and everything else. So be sure and download that. And I'll see you tonight on 21 News at 11 with fresh radars and a fresh perspective on the snow that's coming our way for tonight, tomorrow, and into tomorrow night. Have a great night.